right, thank you all guys so much for joining this special broadcast. Happy Sunday. And you are aware we are on Sunday, January 31st, and this is the last Sunday of this month, and of course is the last day. And of course tomorrow's going to be 1st February 2021. We are quite pleased that all of you are joining the show. Our earlier broadcast was interrupted. We don't know exactly what happened. So once you join, you make sure you share. I'm just going to go straight to the point, all right? See, today is a perspective, and it's very simple. You get the point. So we should understand one thing. This is so crucial, so important. I want to crave your indulgences that once you join, make sure you share, and let's know where you're watching from, okay? Thank you. For those of you unable to share, you can just go out of the show and come back. You'll be able to share. So we have this, I call it breaking news because it's happening, it's going on, it's happening in Bamenda right now. Bamenda is the capital of the northwest of Cameroon. I'm also going to talk about the African Union, where, you know, Moussa Faki is going to be running unopposed on the 7th of February. So I'm going to talk about it. I've been speaking with a lot of people who are so concerned about the African Union issue, the African Union Commission election that Faki is going to be running unopposed on the 7th of February. But first things first, I want to talk about Cameroon, and this brings me to talking about the situation in Bamenda. Bamenda is one of the restive towns in Anglophone Cameroon and in the northwest region. Of course, for those who are following up, I want to say a big hello to those of you watching from Uganda, from Kenya, from Madagascar, from Zimbabwe, from Ghana, from Nigeria, from other parts of Africa, Gabon, Chad, Equatorial Guinea. Those of you from the Horn of Africa, I'm thinking of those of you in Eritrea, Ethiopia. I'm also thinking of those of you in Somalia. And of course, we'll not forget everybody who is watching from other parts, other parts of the world, especially those of you in Asia, Europe, and here in the Americans, okay? Now, let me go straight to the point. You see, Cameroon has a very serious issue, which is an armed conflict, and it's been going on for 4 years. But this is the issue, and I'm going to be straight to the point, because people are watching from the world, and everybody is concerned. The same thing that is happening in Ethiopia, where the central government is trying to molest people who are also asking for their rights in the Tigray region. Look at the issue in Uganda between Museveni and Bobi Wine. I mean, the continent has a lot of issues, and people must stop complicating things for international actors and partners who are out to help. And this brings me to talking about the rebels in Cameroon's northwest and southwest. Listen, when you call rebel, they say, oh, you're not supposed to call them rebel. But a rebel, a Christian can still be a rebel. Remember that Christians are rebels against the devil, against Satan. You can be a rebel against an opinion that is not favorable. Rebels simply means like people who have taken arms against an established government because they're asking for their rights. Rebel is not a wrong word. It is not a very, how can I put it? In fact, in public relations, rebel is a good word to describe somebody who is fighting for your rights. So once you join, you make sure you share and let us know where you're watching from. I want to go straight to the point. You see, the Anglophone crisis, the liberation for the people of Southern Cameroon, aka Ambazonian as they call themselves, this liberation movement is being started by a few people who don't understand international politics. Let me be clear. For all of you who follow this editor speaking here, my position about the visit of Vatican City's Secretary of State was very clear. Very, very clear. Absolutely clear. Let me see. Some people complain about volume. Is it so? I want to check if my volume is okay. Give me a minute. I'll check it. Vatican. No, I think my volume is very good, as you can hear. So if it could be your device. Can you just go back? Thank you so much. Now, the Secretary of State of Vatican City, who is a direct representative of the Pope, the head of the Catholic Church, is in Cameroon. And when this clergyman came, he stopped in Yaoundé, the capital of Cameroon. The truth is that there is an armed conflict. And the only time a rebel, a separatist, can actually win international sympathy is when they are realistic. But I want to put it to you that those of you who are in Bamenda, you have your futures to decide. You have the ability to define your destiny. Not some people who sit in the diaspora and they're telling you things that don't make no sense. Let me first congratulate the population of Bamenda for coming out very powerfully to support their archbishop. It was a criminal call for you to ask people to boycott the church. No state, no country has ever won a fight against the church. And I want to say that some of these separatists are either on drugs. They are so ungrateful. They are ingrates in the highest order. Imagine that the Pope's envoy was coming to Cameroon and coming to Bamenda to decorate the Archbishop, Andrew Fonyankea, who, by the way, is still the apostolic administrator of the Diocese of Mamfe, who, by the way, when this crisis started, it started in his diocese, in Manu, in Mamfe, extended to Lebialem. For those of you who don't know, Mamfe Diocese covers 3 divisions or counties or states, like you guys want to call it. It covers Manu, it goes right to Kupe Maninguba and to Lebialem. And as we speak, Andrew Fonyankea is the Archbishop of Bamenda and the apostolic administrator of the Mamfe Diocese. It means this gentleman controls and has power to speak on behalf of 4 or more of these counties here that you guys are fighting for liberation. Above all, he is in the center, the seat of the ecclesiastical province of Bamenda. What is the ecclesiastical province of Bamenda? It means, in the shortest definition, it comprises of all the dioceses of the English-speaking Cameroons. You can imagine his strength. And this is a man who spoke to the BBC, who has gone to visit refugees in Nigeria, who has condemned the atrocities, and who spoke to the world about their plight. Yet, he is having an event, and instead of all of you coming together, calling for the population to go support that man, you call for the population to boycott the church. But what happened? Bamenda people are not stupid. Listen, I want to tell you one thing. You listen to my audios, you listen to my last write-up. I called the people of Bamenda to go to that church because you cannot fight against the church. Apart from that fact, you're ungrateful to your own son, to the bishop of the Archbishop of Bamenda, to the apostolic administrator of Mamfe, to even Bishop Bibi, who was just made Bishop of Boya. He left there. Listen, let me be clear. If you want independence, you must behave like people who have an independent mind. Not like cowards, not like fools, not like imbeciles. What is coming over you guys? I want to ask this question. It is so important for people to streamline their decisions. Maybe it's not your fault that you've been, let me say something. The worst thing that has happened to your liberation movement, I'm talking here in my capacity as a journalist, and this is my opinion, is the fact that you've been cursed with primitive door leaders who are jobless and they don't seek advice and they look for every opportunity to bring grandstanding in a revolt that would have been long finished. How do you see it in America? And you ask people on a Sunday not to go to church because you think the Pope has sent somebody to Cameroon. Do you know why over 10 government ministers left Yaoundé to come to Bamenda? I will give you the reason. It's simple. It's called diplomacy. It's not like they are unaware of the fact that the Pope is not aware that there's a crisis. It's diplomacy. They are coming here to soften the bishop's heart, not to tell of the atrocities of Cameroon government to the Pope's envoy. It's not like the Pope does not know, but they are looking for every opportunity to calm the issue down. But what are you guys doing? Instead to make it sound and look like you're the people commanding, you're like those who have ordered their people to go to the church, but you instead got disgrace. Look at the crowd. And people are making audios telling some people that the church, nobody was in the church. People didn't go, no. It was the highest service ever attended in the history of the Bamenda Archdiocese. Look at the population. it was so huge. You know why? Because you can't fight the church. Because you can't fight God. The Pope is not responsible. The Pope is not responsible for your getting independence. The Pope is not responsible for the Cameroon government killing your people, our people. But you are responsible of treating the Pope right and his envoy. Why did you call for ghost towns? What did you achieve? The people still went to the church in their thousands. Let me be very clear. It is a disgrace that in the 21st century we still have roaches who call themselves leaders fighting for independence. Take example from the little man in Uganda called Bobby Wine. Look at the population he's pulling. Take example from Mandela. Take example from Sisiko Ayoktabe, who is in jail. The population he pulled. Since he went to jail, you guys can argue. You can think that this media supports him. We don't. We're just realistic. None of you have been able to pull that kind of population. You've moved from one strategy to steal from the people to intimidating them. The other day, I listened to Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba speak about the inconsistencies with which some rebel leaders treat the people of their community. And some people were so stupid to come out and condemn him that, oh, Ayaba shouldn't talk. No, he has to talk. And that is what we call leadership. That you must circumvent things with reality. And that is what that gentleman did. And for the first time amongst his many messages, I approved that one. You cannot be arresting, kidnapping your own people. And each time you want to condemn this, they say, oh no, you are working with the Cameroon government. No, those who are working with the Cameroon government are those who called for resistance against the church. Those who came out to support a boycott of the church on a Sunday when the Pope's invoice is coming. Let me tell you something. If you were to ask me, the strategy is simple. You would have instead told the people of Bamenda to pick up the Ambazonian flag, put it in their pockets, and go to church and wave it in front of the cardinal. That is what you were supposed to do. Because that is the only thing you would have been capable to preach that would have had a little bit of success. Not asking people to boycott church. Who does that? Have you ever asked yourselves why we have stood on the path of everything that works? We didn't call for boycott on this media. We call for people to go to church. And we can say it here that it's part of our call that they thought that it is right for them to go to church. It's a big disgrace, I must say. If you want freedom, behave like people who want one. To be honest, no Ambazonian, except a few, was able to convince the Pope's envoy that they need freedom. Let it be clear. In a situation where Vatican City sends a representative to Cameroon, he lands in Yaoundé, and you guys will start criticizing him for landing in Yaoundé. He's coming to Cameroon. Where was he supposed to land? And Cameroon is a sovereign state. Cameroon is one of the countries in the African Union. Cameroon is with FIFA, World Health Organization, United Nations. Cameroon is in CIMAC. As much as you're fighting against that country, you must understand that international partners still recognize this. And at the same time, they recognize the fact that you also have the right to fight for your independence. And until you recognize the right of these people to behave diplomatically, then you are not ready for independence. You insult a cardinal because he was received by the prime minister, because it was received by the president of a country. That is not supposed to be your business. That is not supposed to be your business. You are supposed to understand strategically what to say at what point, what to advocate for. That is what remains very important. That is what remains primordial. And I will say it anytime, any day, that 99% of the so-called leaders in the diaspora, who by the way are jobless, they are derailing you, and they are taking your movement, a genuine movement, to a big pit. And once it enters that pit, you guys will never be able to revive it. Revamping a struggle of this magnitude takes diligence, takes the outspoken nature of a few. And we are here to say it. There is no way you can be fighting against the church. You're fighting against your own archbishop. You were just supposed to advocate, to tell the bishop, propose to the bishop, that this is what we think you should be telling the Pope's representative. Not cursing the archbishop, not intimidating the Bamenda population. Nobody does that. Look at all the places, every part of the world. The church constitutes the strongest movement. The church constitutes the strongest movement. It's so important that everyone must understand this strategy. Let me be clear. There is no way anybody can intimidate this platform not to speak the truth. You can decide what to say. You will never be stopped. But the fact that you have the right to say what you have to say doesn't make it right. The church is an integral part of independence movements. They played a crucial role in South Africa. The church supported J.J. Rawlings of blessed memory. The church has been supporting a lot of people. In America, you don't joke with the church. That is why, from government to government, in this great nation of the United States, everybody, most of the presidents, always side with the church. There is no way you can fight the church. Take it from me. And today must be a crucial lesson. Today must be a crucial lesson for all of you watching me at this point, to understand that your responsibility is to understand moments, events, and articulate your concerns towards that event or those events. There is no way you can fight the church. The church is so powerful. Listen, for those who think otherwise, for those who have been insulted, what did you change? You were disgraced by the population that went there. Because in your opinion and in your dreams, you were thinking that the people of Bamenda were going to defy Christianity to support a criminal order. Yes, that order was criminal. All of us supported a boycott of the African nations or African championship. We did. This platform said it was right for people to boycott. It was so primordial. And some people actually did boycott. But the issue of the church was a criminal announcement. And those who advocated for this are criminals themselves. Because you ended up failing on two fronts. Getting a negative image in front of the church and being disgraced, by your own people. Listen, I'll answer a few questions. And I'll answer one Kumbong Linus who says, how much you derail the struggle with this nonsense stuff. This is simple. First of all, this is a professional pitch. And just to answer you, because I'm doing an opinion and an editorial, it's because of people like you who have failed to embrace reality and you call the truth nonsense that you're still in the position that you are in. If only you listen to the fact that it was important not to call for a boycott, then you would have known whose talk is nonsense. One man's talk stood out to be the mentor, and that is why those people went to the church today to support the Archbishop and celebrate the Christianity that they believe in. Yes, because your talk was nonsense and Eric Tataw's talk was just righteous. Listen, let us be clear. It is sheer wickedness. It is an embarrassment in your revolutionary capacity to call for a boycott of an event, and yet almost the entire town attended that event. It shows you are weak. It shows you've completely derailed yourself from reality, and that's exactly what it shows. Let us be clear. Those who call for the boycott of the church, call for the boycott of this event, have been disgraced. And that is what you should call nonsense talk. That is a criminal cartel that cannot be condoned. Be clear, whether or not you like it. You might hate this, but this is the reality. Some of you are still on WhatsApp groups, spreading falsehood, fake news, that the population didn't attend that event. No, they did in their numbers. You've seen the video on National Telegraph. The pictures are there. State ministers came to that event. Not because, we are not announcing it because we support the fact that they are right to commit the atrocities, but they are intelligent because they know the power of the church. That is why Tang and Jipo can come there. Minister of Territorial Administration. That is why Do Jerome, Minister Delegate at the Ministry of Justice in charge of the penitentiary, is there. That's why Callistus Gentry, Secretary of State at the Ministry of Mines, Industry and Technological Development, Rose Mbacha, who is Minister Delegate at the presidency in charge of Supreme State Control. You also have this other guy from the BLM, Paul Tataw, who is a Minister Delegate at the Ministry of Economic Planning and Regional Development in charge of planning. They are all there. And those of you separatists, you can't be there because of the security. They would kill you if you go there. But you have the platform, social media. You would have simply preached and advised your people to go there on your instructions. That would have made you stronger. The Archbishop does not have a Twitter handle. I've not seen any. I'm not even sure he uses Facebook. But look at how, only through his message, one communique, he mobilized the population of Bamenda. They defy your orders. It's a shame. And it's about time you got up, okay? So let us be clear. You have to remember one thing, that you must take the truth. And it seems that this is the only platform that speaks the truth. And it's so hurting because people who don't understand the definition of independence, because independence is rooted on the truth. You fight independence is from the soul of the truth. And they'll call your talk nonsense talk. But how many of them will do that? That's the question. Let us be clear. Let us be very clear on all of this. I'll answer another good question. Speak the truth, how much you receive from the Cameroon government. The answer is simple, it's zero. Zero, you know why? Because this is the only platform that amongst all of you who rant on Facebook and on WhatsApp that you support a revolution, this is the only platform that publishes the atrocities of the government of Cameroon. From the killings in Mautu to other areas like Ngabu. Show me one person on social media who claims to be an Ambazonian, who owns and runs a website or an effective Facebook page that publishes the atrocities of the Cameroon government. Even your so-called cartel of the ABC TV, like you claim to call it, they don't have a website. They don't publish anything when the government kills people. They only run to bring to you live shows to convince you on how to contribute and to tell you how they're in charge. Go to their pages and compare it with National Telegraph. We publish everything, good, bad, and ugly, and we remain objective. That is because The Cameroon government, if probably was going to bribe any person, would have bribed those of the ABC. That is why they cannot publish the atrocities of the Cameroon government. You have the right to check those pages. So you wanting independence must understand one thing. You failed woefully to accept the truth. And that is why I can tell you authoritatively without fear or favor. First thing first, most, if not, all of your so-called leaders are broke. They are pretty jobless. They don't have nothing. And they live on the soul of the revolution, begging contributions and asking you to donate from time to time so they can survive, pay their rent. But as you are all aware, we are moving steadily and forward. National Telegraph is a U.S. entity, LLC, and we've moved to register a new business called Dimples Incorporated. We are going forward because we believe in hard work, in the truth, authenticity, and the struggle for the survival of human beings. That is what we've believed since 2013 when we created this business. So there is no way you can all stay on a small corner, on areas where there are zero ambition and truth speaking, like your cartel. Let me be clear with you all. There is no way you're going to succeed by continuously supporting thief. You know, it is important. Yeah, I will comment with Eric Borin, who says, yeah, good answer, Eric Tataw. The answer is zero. It's a very important answer. And if you were to look those who have stolen money from this revolution, those who must have collected money from the Cameroon government, it will be the Chris Arno, the Sako Ekome, the Bon Herbert. Have you asked yourselves why their so-called much talked about Swiss stocks no longer exist? Have you asked yourself the last time the government of Switzerland mentioned anything about Ambazonian? Those are crucial questions. And you must stay up to speed. You must understand that you've derailed yourself. You're shooting yourselves on your legs. And when one man stands up to speak the truth, you of course must come up to oppose, because you think that your little fetish comments would derail him. I will read them. I'm reading them right here. I'll reply you, and you still listen to the truth. The truth is like a sword. It's like an arrow. You can't stop it. We must always say it. There is only one main news organ that reports 50-50 and digs the atrocities of the Cameroon government, and that's National Telegraph. If for once the Cameroon government were to pay National Telegraph to be pro-Cameroon government, Ambazonian will cease to exist. Yes, it's the truth. Do you know how much we manage information that concerns Ambazonian? We do our best to remain objective. And so I want to say it very clearly that as the CEO of this network, I am not game for your insensitivity, your ingratitude. Like, you know, many people drop from your revolution because most of you are ingrates. You come on social media to attack people, write lies, conspiracies, from people's homes, marriages, to their businesses, and to only what God knows what. Meanwhile, because 10 or 15 of you operate with fake profiles paid by these fake pastors in Maryland and elsewhere, what happens? They make sure you come online to try to submerge opinions from genuine patriots, while they stay behind and they steal money from the revolution. Let me tell you, if you want to ask a question about those who have collected bribe and do nothing to foster the cause of the independence of Southern Cameroon, which by the way is genuine, that we think any media organ should be publishing, it will be the Chris Arno and all of you in that ABC cartel, the fake so-called interim government led by the fake jobless pastor of Samuel Komesako. I will tell you this every time. So if you want to be at peace, because as you are all aware, Eric Tataw and National Telegraph is one path that some of you hooligans pretending to be for Ambazonian when you are not can ever try to subdue. You will never. It will never happen. As you are all aware, we keep fighting. While we stand on this international platform, just like CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, we give our opinions on particular issue. And this is our opinion on this independence movement. Some of you have failed. And you think that because all of you, a few of you to say exactly, maybe 15 of you operating fake profiles, know how to write childish comments, I will reply you. And you wouldn't like my reply. If you don't like me, the feeling is mutual. I don't like you either. You don't pray for me, I don't pray for you. I believe in a very strong principle. I pray and wish good for everybody who wishes good for me. And I wish good for same. For those who don't wish good for me, I wish them good. But if they carry their wickedness across certain limit, I wish them same. You hate me, the feeling is mutual. You like me, it's a mutual feeling still. So let's stay on the course. There is no way you can count your defeat. Sunday, 31st January 2021 was a big defeat for the Antichrist. Those who are preaching against Christ. You ask the people not to attend church service. How was that going to help your independence movement? And when you want to be told the truth, you stay and you start stirring conspiracies. Let me be clear with you. And I will say it. Of all the media organs that report on the Cameroon armed conflict, National Telegraph is proven to be the most authentic. I will still challenge those of you of the SACOCAM, the Splinter Group, the Thief-Free Group, to create a website, run a news organ, report of government atrocities. Stop being only relevant when you go on Facebook to make live shows and beg for donations. This is my opinion. And National Telegraph or its editor will never be submerged or subdued by some straws and spokes on Facebook, ghosts. It has never happened. It will never happen. This platform and the CEO champion the cause for justice, truth, and we are no nonsense at those who steal from the revolution. Let me be clear and be very, very clear. I will read one comment. Eric, can you create another Facebook page because it's risky to do activism on National Telegraph? This is not activism. This is an opinion. You watch a lot on CNN, Don Lemon's Take. You watch GPS. You watch other shows. Journalists have the right to talk like this. They have the right to give their opinions. And we are doing just that. So when it's activism, you would know. By the way, who says that journalism isn't activism? You do activism for something. All right? Journalists advocate for better working conditions. Everything is surrounded around activism. So let's be clear. Now, somebody asked a good question. So do you think Vatican is unaware of our plight? On the contrary, I said Vatican is aware of our plight. I didn't say Vatican is unaware. So that's why you guys have to listen carefully so that you don't spin conspiracies and get yourselves embarrassed. Okay? So, when you join, you share extensively. Today, I was going to talk about the African Union, but I will leave that for tomorrow. I'll just end with the whole crisis in Cameroon. So I want to beg those who are watching from other parts of Africa that we're going to talk about the African Union tomorrow, because tomorrow they will be left with just 6 days to the grand elections in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia's capital, where Musa Faki is running unopposed. There are 54 countries in Africa, 54 sovereign states in Africa. There are 55 member states of the African Union, and Africa's population is over 1.2 billion, and only one man, a former prime minister of Chad, is running for this post, for this particular stop unopposed. Let me be clear. Let me be clear with something. It is very important, absolutely very, very important for us all to know that truth is so powerful. It's so powerful. Those who support Musa Faki won't like me for saying this, and he has his supporters among the 1.2 billion Africans. The honest truth is that we can have our own African Union, having one person going for the African Union Commission chairperson. Musa Faki is largely a French, kind of a French dog, and everybody knows that. All right, let me just reply somebody. Eric, why can't you use this platform and send good message to help Ambazonian struggle? Good question. So what is a good message other than what I'm sending? We report atrocities that Cameroon government is killing people. We reported the 4 teenage boys who were killed in Bamenda. We write basically the only platform that mentions Ambazonian many times, but stays on the fact. And we also speak the truth about issues. There is no way you can want independence and you don't speak about some internal issues that are destroying the revolution. Would you refuse right now as I speak that the church service in Bamenda was heavily attended? It just suffices, that I have to speak this truth. Because of course, everybody is aware, a lot of people attended that service. So tell me what kind of, message you want me to send. Please, if you have an opinion, give it to me. We're going to publish it as an opinion from somebody seeking independence. So don't expect us, when we say the Cameroon government is killing people in Northwest and Southwest, like you prefer to call it Ambazonian, Northern and Southern of Ambazonia, it will not also stop us from warning and advising the population to stay safe from some of the so-called rebels who are not kidnapping their own people. All of you will agree that it is just objective, to state the least. So I want to thank you all, those of you who have joined. Don't forget, sometime in February we're working. You'll be having all my shows on our own platform, Dimples. It's not yet available on the Play Store. It will be available soon. So we're working on developing it. So once that will come, you have all my Facebook, the live shows I do on Facebook. They will be done there. It will not be live. We will not start going live there, but we'll have videos uploaded. So get ready to start downloading that. All right, somebody said don't fight your own brothers. Okay, good question. What is your definition of fighting a brother? So you think that you're married or you have your house built and your brother comes to dismantle that house, like try to destroy it, and you shouldn't speak out or speak up. So, I mean, your definition of fighting your own brothers is uniquely vague. I was reading a comment from Richard Gregory. Richard Gregory, you must understand one thing. This is the only platform where you can get the truth, where hope can be revitalized within your independence movement. So telling the truth about the fact that people should not give criminal announcements that ended up failing or disgracing them, it's not fighting them. They're the people who are fighting their own brothers. So I think that it is very clear, like we all know. All right. Okay. Have you ever talked or make a plan to help the people from this hardship? They cannot sell. Okay. What do you think is the only disturb? You think it's only how to disturb your enemy. You don't have a plan to protect or see how your people will not suffer. Okay. This is a good input from Kelly Belong. And that's the truth, exactly what we're saying. You must all, direct your resources towards making sure that the population you are trying to liberate the population is not suffering. It's very, very important. All right. So thank you so much, and God bless you. So the only people who were fighting against their people were those who declared that people should not go to church. And you know that the people want to go to church, but they might be afraid because they think you're going to attack them when they go to church. When it is good, we say it's good. We advocate for civil disobedience like Monday Ghost Towns. We advocate for a boycott of the African Nations Championship because it was the right thing to do. But we cannot support people who are asking people to boycott the church. It is wrong. And until you accept it, you condemn them for that illicit announcement. The announcement is criminal. It's a vandal announcement. It should not be tolerated. It's like burglary. It's an announcement. It's an announcement from thieves. Because if you go down to make sure that you tolerate announcements from people, from people advocating for people not to go to church, you have failed. Okay, let me be clear. Somebody says, this is not a Gary Master I knew. Of course, because you don't expect Eric Tataw to come on National Telegraph and come and be preaching the things you want to hear. And when they take down this page, you're going to be happy anyways. Since they deleted the Eric Tataw page, how many of you called to say, oh, we don't longer see you on Facebook, what's going on? But now you want my business that I single-handedly created in 2013, I should come and jeopardize it. When all of you are so ungrateful? No, it's not going to happen. This is my business. National Telegraph is my empire. It's registered as an LLC. And that is why it's been very difficult for Facebook to take it down. And some of you writing here, you've been reporting this page to Facebook. Like repeatedly. You report it every day to make sure that you take it down. But you know what? This is going to end this month and this February ending because I am going to be on Dimples, our own platform, where we'll have all the news. If you want to read from Telegraph, you have to go get it. And the whole of Africa is coming up. Everybody's coming up to get subscribed. There's your own African platform. And so it's going to be available sometime in the February ending between the 20th and the end of February. And we are going to unveil the logo either between 1st of February, which is tomorrow, between the 1st and the 5th. So you'll see the Dimples logo. It's beautiful logo, unique and outstanding deal. We've done that. So I want to thank you all. I want to say that please always remain an ambassador of the truth. God bless you. And if you've not shared this show, go out there and share it. And also remember that the Pope is not responsible for your independence. You are responsible. You are responsible for whatever you do, and what you do must be well calculated. I will read this last comment from Nelson in Chinja. Say, Master, get out. You brag too much. People judge on their own. Well, okay, let me be clear. This is a very important stuff I want to reply to. These are some of the lazy guys who exist in Ambazonia, who think that when you try to, in public relations, when you have a product, you have to talk about it. What is bragging? Am I bragging by saying that I created National Telegraph in 2013? Will Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos be bragging by saying that he owns Amazon? So you see lazy people who have refused to work and are supporting devilish and demonic leaders who don't work and who steal from their people, who write comments like this. How do you call the fact that somebody is reminding you of something he has done? What is wrong in that? Have you not seen white guys presenting their projects and saying that they are the founder? Am I supposed to name you as the founder of National Telegraph in order to be humble? Or I should not name myself, call myself the founder and the company that I founded because I want to look as I'm humble to you? No. And of course, you know one thing with all of you guys, these guys who support these thieves, I have learned one thing in life. Those who are very hardworking and are not as successful as they wanted to be, they are always praying for those who are hardworking and have become successful, and they are hoping that they too can be successful sometime. While those who are lazy, like this guy who wrote this comment, very lazy, and of course lazy people are never successful. They get so jealous, so unstable, so insecure about people who talk with confidence, and they try to make you feel bad by calling your confidence as pride. No, I've read a lot from Pastor Cathy Edward, who wrote about confident and fearless. That is what I've instilled in me. I'm confident and fearless, and I must continuously remind the people of my progress. After all, isn't the Bible or some Christian hymn that says, count your blessings, name them one by one? So it is not about being proud. It's just about the fact that some of you, especially this guy who wrote this comment, you are living in an unreal world because you think, after all, if I were waiting for you to congratulate me, when will you ever do that? Apart from the fact that you look for one conspiracy after the other to put on my name. But it's not going to be in my name because I know how to thank myself. I know how to count my blessings. So please, if you're watching me, take this as an inspirational talk. Don't allow them to count your blessings. Do it and do it politely. And for those who want to cross your path, tell them the feeling is mutual. If you think I'm proud, I also think that you're lazy. So what? So it has to be very clear on this, you know. All of you must know one particular thing, that this gentleman standing here is one path you can walk just easily. If you think you want to name yourself my enemy, I don't bother. You'll be welcome in my den. And you know what happens. Nobody wins the lion in the lion's den. So it is very clear. Some of you so-called Ambazonians, you are just wicked, jealous. You don't even want to share something from your own brother. Even something that is talking positively about your revolution, about your struggle. You know, they killed 9 people, and Eric Tataw or National Telegraph is the first to report. You don't want to share. Yet you want the international community to get your plight. If you don't share, how does that affect me? It affects you. It doesn't affect me in no way because you still want to read that. So let us be clear, all right? So we cannot get ourselves not talking about our products and our brands because some jobless and lazy people want to come and say that you are proud. Don't fall for that cheap conspiracy. Okay, those are low lives. They don't know they left from the right, and that's the exact reason why Africa probably remains underdeveloped, because we have people with this chronic mentality of not understanding when to appreciate people who do good things, and you can kill yourself by not understanding that you have to appreciate yourself. You know why God says I am the light, the truth, and the way? Because God tells you what it is, what He is. And you can't change that. I'm not in any way saying I'm God or this platform is God. But we are saying that all of you watching me from across Africa, don't let nobody tell you how bad you are. Always make sure you prove to the world how good you are and what you can do best. Because they are never, ever going to appreciate you. That's the truth. I've seen it with them. Especially these guys, some of these guys who call themselves Ambazonians, that they are fighting for liberation. They are the most ungrateful people, ingrate, some of them. But I still have a good number of very beautiful people. So you can't carry your stinky attitude and bring it on this Facebook page and think that I'm going to pamper you. It's never going to happen. You'll be castrated and crucified on the cross. I'm never going to take it from you. Trust me. Trust me. This is one path you cannot walk freely when it comes to your conspiracy theories. I'm never going to get that, okay? Okay, now, let us be very clear. Okay, that one is not a question to answer. Okay, thank you so much, right? Okay, so it is very clear and we must remain on top of the game. There is no way you can, at any time, condole with people who are this low-spirited. Don't give them a chance to preach to you how good or bad you are. Preach to yourself and stay connected. To be honest, those who support thieves will never like those who condemn thieves. That is just the fact. And they'll look for every opportunity to define what they think is the right thing and what they think they are thieves of leaders aren't doing. But then the truth remains the truth, and there is no way ever you can be left out when you speak the truth. The truth is always going to triumph, and that's where we stand. Good evening once more. I'm going to leave you at this point, and I pray for you. And I want to thank once more the population of Bamenda for disgracing the criminal cartel. I like it. I enjoy the population. That's how it's supposed to be, because the church is the church. Don't ever fight the church. You can love me, you can hate me, but the truth, I will always tell you. If you love me, I love you back. If you hate me, I don't care. That is just exactly what it is. We'll never go into glamour for people who are haters. We'll always continuously pray for those who are lovers, and we pray because of 1.2 billion Africans. I mean, 1 million or more can hate me. They should, it's normal. But trust me, majority of African youths, of African people, they know the truth, they love the truth, and they like to see people speak the truth. But you always have a few spokes on social media who will come out there to try to put some negative comments. But as you are aware, this gentleman is here, and I always take it on them. Thank you so much. God bless you, and stay very blessed. Happy Sunday. I love you all, and I love you more. Bye-bye. Thank you.